Welcome back here to GG Speedruns, where we have the second of our quadruple header here in the Smash TV Easy Percent Tournament, our 8th annual one. This features a pair of sub 6-minute runners in AriesFireTiger and JPop4Life. AriesFireTiger, the 11th seed, JPop4Life, the 22 seed. And yeah, both in under 6 minutes for a PB, so this should be a pretty good one here.
It should. It's a very. Don't let the 11 and 22 seed fool you, because when you get to seeds that are kind of this close, it's a pick 'em. It When we get to this point, it's all about skill, and sometimes some lucky drops too. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. And as we've seen in tournaments past, we've seen a rookie or someone who has not as run in many tournaments, been able to string some luck together and just take off, and sometimes get into the final eight or the final four. And both these runners do know the manip for the first Razor Shield, and Aries unfortunately gets sabotaged with a grenade drop. That's going to hinder his process, and J-Pop gets the nuke, and he is going to be out sub 40. Meanwhile, thanks to the grenade sabotage, Aries is going to be out at 45.
So not quite a little bit more than a negligible lead here for J-Pop in the early going, but the drops are certainly important. As it's important to be good, but it's also important to be lucky. And you can see first drop orb followed by a spreader here for J-Pop, getting things going.
Nuke's going to clear the room, give him a little bit of a breath. Decides to grab some feet, and in this room, there's not many enemies on the screen, so you can do that. He exits at a really good 119.
Yeah, anything below 80 seconds or below is a pretty spicy time heading into Eat My Shrapnel. Looking to take out those 18 Mr. Shrapnel along with the varying green and purple soldiers.
And you see J-Pop here, he is just controlling the center. He is just taking out the swarmers as they come in, and when he can, take out the shrapnels. Now that all the swarmers are gone, he is now focusing on the shrapnels. There's a nuke, he's going to ignore it. And now he broke up the Razor Shield. Just going to clear everyone out, and he's out into 202.
Pretty nice as well into Total Carnage, where it's just going to be a flurry of shrapnels, a flurry of those swarmers or soldiers. And it just feels like it goes nonstop for them.
And that's the drop that you want, is the rockets. So you could just focus on the doors as he's doing right now. Take a shot or two at the doors when people come out. Move on to the next door, because that will just plow through everybody. And if you get them lined up right, 2 rockets will clear out anything that comes through the doors. Just because of how wide the hitboxes are, and because of how wide the Swarmer's hitboxes are. And he got out in a 254. That is a hot pace.
Yeah, AriesFireTiger finally getting an orb and trying to make up for the bad RNG earlier. But loses the orb just as I say that.
He got a bit overwhelmed there, unfortunately, and at the end of the room, too. So all of this time bleed is going to happen. J-Pop out at a 320 just as AriesFireTiger enters the secret room. Rich get richer, but he does drop the orb while picking up the rockets. So what seemed like an easily controllable thing is going to be made a little bit difficult, but the game does provide. He gets his replacement orb and hits a nuke, gets a little bit of swarm out, so the DPI does continue at normal pace, and now more rocket drops to help finish clearing out the room.
That was a wild step towards the door. Swarmer could have come in there and clipped the ore, but was just able to avoid it, and now is going to be out here and into Mutoid Man at a 410.
JPop having a high sub 6, like a 557 or 558, 100-second Mutoid is what he's looking for here. He could get a PB off this. He can get it. Grenades is not going to help that much. It will take out the gunners, but he gets zapped immediately.
Is able to take out both of the front gunners, and now just working on the lobbers on Mutoid Man, trying to get in that little...
he gets sniped again!
No.
And now Mutoid, ooh, he was able to get a spreader, and he had a little bit of the invulnerability left. He got some of it inside Mutoid, able to pop that first arm, sees the spreader in a good location, takes the death. He's got another one. Now he's able to do even more damage, and he gets a replacement invulnerability. He's going to be able to clear a lot more damage. And we see Glitchtoid. He's got rockets. He's just piling on the damage. He's going to take a death. He thinks that he did it mistakenly. If he gets another good weapon, if it was a lobber, we could have seen a PB here. Instead, we've got grenades. He's just going to fire them, try to get in that spot. Could we see final form? No. He takes
gets
the death.
sniped by the shrapnel.
That's okay. He's in final form right now. We're at 537. This won't be a PB, but a possible 6-0X.
Nice movement to get away from the very rapidly moving Mutoid Man, and yeah, this is going to be a low 6-0X here, as now AriesFireTiger getting a spreader as well, sees the invulnerability and goes for it. I think we're going to see a Glitchtoid over on AriesFireTiger's side, and yes, we do.
No, we don't.
602, or no, we don't. Oh, wow. That surprised the heck out of me.
Yeah, I think the final few frames of the arm popped off before the stomach popped. Before the chest popped. So, no Glitchtoid on that front. Final form, however, for Aries. Just ran into some bad luck in this one. Just couldn't really get it going. And gets sniped again by Trolltoid. Now he gets grenades.
Was hoping the grenades would finish off, but the lobber is going to in this case here, and this is just mostly RNG being a cruel and fickle mistress here, as AriesFireTiger finishing up at a 712.
It happens to even some of the best runners that it just happens. JPop should feel proud of himself. That was a really good run seed, a really good run game, and he's going to be up 1-0.
And if you're AriesFireTiger, you're just hoping that all the bad was taken care of just in that one race.
Exactly. Aries is a really good runner. He will shake this off.
Resisting the urge to make a cheap Taylor Swift joke. What do you mean Brycel's replacing me in the commentary booth? Fired? What? No. All right, runners are readying up. I'm going to go ahead and let them go here.
All right. While he's doing that, just to let everybody know, Aries has a PB of 540. JPop has a 557. Two really good times. Part of the sub 6 club. Aries hoping to break into the 5-3X club, which the top 15 runners are in. He's hoping to become the 16th member of it.
Yeah, wild to think that we now have 34 runners who have completed easy percent in under 6 minutes, and a couple of more who are at 6:01, just kind of hovering there. We are underway here in race number 2.
And Aries got in 41 and JPop got in at 46. Aries starts out with vulnerability. JPop starts out with the orb. That's the second time this has happened. So an amazing set of circumstances. JPop doing a nice job getting away from the shrapnel blasts. And he's going to be out at a 121. That is really good, depending on the late entry time into collect power-ups.
Now, AriesFireTiger a 129, so about an 8-second lead here for JPop thus far.
Meanwhile, Aries just trying to find an orb, just trying to find something, some bit of happiness. Ah, there's some happiness there. And he immediately loses it. He had it, and then the purple shirt swarmer was like, yoink! And Aries accidentally steps on a nuke, but he still had swarmers in the room. Now he's at like a 417. Both of them are in total carnage. JPop, really good control of the center. He sees rockets. He is going to go for it. And now he's able to keep control of the center again. Able to make his DPI count even higher. And he is just... he's been playing out of his mind. He is going to be out of this room in a 257.
Yep, a 25X into the bonus room is fantastic. I mean, anything sub 250 is phenomenal. So yeah, fantastic stuff here from JPop.
.322 entering tank trouble. First drop is Rockets. Whoa, does a little bit of dancing, is able to take out both gunners. However, it does cost him the orb. However, he's able to chain a rocket into a spreader, into a replacement orb. The game has provided, the RNGesus, who is another winner, has blessed him. He has been blessed with good RNG and uses that orb to take out a shrapnel piece, and he's now just trying to fight to get back into the center, having a little bit of trouble. So his main goal is just trying to save the orb, and he's done that. He's going to be out at a 417. FireTiger does get an orb, got the Razor Shield, and is now playing catch up. And Rockets is definitely going to help the cause. JPop tried to go for a ball buster, wasn't able to get it. So Rockets followed up by lobbers, sabotaged by grenades, and more grenades. That's the first arm popped, and he got ran over. We didn't see it because it was in that upper corner where some of the because of how the overlay works, it not our not our stream overlay, but the game overlay with the hub, the score HUD, and the player, the lives HUD. It does get obscured.
Whether the game meant for it to occur or not, the player just kind of disappears in that upper left corner.
There's a spreader, but he can't get it. Mutoid was over. Oh, he does get it. He's gonna try for manuals, not getting much, but he's on final form. And back to the lobbers. That is good heads up play by JPop. He sees more lobbers. He does get them. And this could be it. The head pops. He's going to be done with a 622, it looks like. Wow. Some really good running.
Yep, just into a 603. Not too shabby. Meanwhile, chest popped open here for AriesFireTiger. Gets an empty drop of a key. Oh, and then gets sniped trying to grab the lobbers. And then picks up the spreader and gets sniped. What is going on with the lasers here on Mutoid Man?
It's been a very snipey match here, people.
Oh, and I'm getting sniped here in the booth as we have Brysolf joining us. Is this my actual firing?
No, this is actually your extension. It's perpetuity. Remember, you're here forever.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I understood that reference.
So it looks like thus far it's been a tough day for Aries in the office. Dropping orbs, just not having good regular play. Meanwhile, JPop, solid control, getting some RNG going JPop's way, and just, taking advantage of it and really just pushing the advantage. Two very solid times for JPop to go up 2-0 in this match.
And AriesFireTiger just opted to wave the white flag and DNF on this one.
So for those who are wondering, this is the 11 and the 22 seed. JPop4Life, your 22 seed, the newest member of the Sub-6 Club, is on the verge of throwing down a fire broth-like debut in tournament life here, threatening a big takedown in the opening round.
Don't remind me.
I honestly forgot that was against you. I'm sorry, Sigma. Now I'm fired. Oh, well, everyone's getting fired today, so that's a shame. Either way, guys, 2-0 here. Burgundy's getting ready to go. Sigma, how do you see this one going? Do you think Aries can clean up that regular arena play?
Aries is a good enough runner that he should be able to do it. I won't be surprised if it's a sweep, but you got to think logistically. It's Aries is the RNG has got to, the pendulum has got to swing a little bit his way. He's had also a little bit of trouble with orb, either not getting an orb, or if he does get an orb, there's a swarmer right there immediately to take it from him.
Well, the first one was a little bit of a tough loss there for Aries, but the second one was just a straight up mistake. He just did not clear his way with it right when he got it, and it was a bit of a drop. JPop, meanwhile, has been having troubles at the start of tank trouble, getting those rockets, but dropping. But that's irrelevant, guys. Game number 3 underway.
And we see both runners just avoiding. Ooh, unfortunately, once again, really bad luck with Aries getting the nuke on the feet. That's going to slow him down.
Does get the nuke again to finish it off there. But yeah, no, they had grenades and nukes, which are not ideal as the second drop. You really want to see that nuke on the third drop.
Right, it's going to be a 6-second lead for JPop. Let's see, does he get 3 for 3?
Starts with a nuke, nothing great, ignoring it. Spreader, meanwhile, for Aries, slight advantage, but nothing too special. JPop does get the nuke late here. Interesting. Vulnerability for Aries.
I think once he saw the shrapnel on board, he was like, I don't want to risk it. Let's just clear it out and maybe hope for something better in the shuffle. Unfortunately, since then, he's been getting nothing but feet.
So this looks like a good test here. How is JPop going to react to just nothing really happening here? A lot of bad drops. Did get a rocket late. As you can see, Aries is going to make up the time just based on having a few weapons.
Right, 128 versus 130. And he's able to... And JPop, to his credit, taking out everything else with the rest of the rockets and getting his orb.
Well, he gets the first orb here, but he had to wait to eat my shrapnel, and he had to lose the lead for it. Meanwhile, Aries gets a rocket here, going to pick it up, so easily will control the room, but really wants to see that orb drop.
Meanwhile, JPop and both Aries have taken out both of all the swarmers, and
Like a
211.
Like a 1 second lead, if that. It's pretty tight right now. Let's see if that orb will stay healthy. And will Aries get some drops? Well, there's rockets to start.
And spreaders for JPop.
Spreader's not so big when you have that orb. That's a bigger drop when you have that orb. More rockets for Aries. So the weapons are allowing Aries to just limp along here and probably keep this within touch. But the longer it goes without that orb, the bigger potential for time loss.
Yep, and it's just been bad luck for Aries. Picks up a nuke, just try to get a little bit of breath, clear the room. He had 3 shrapnels there.
Oh,
there's his orb.
Oh, dangerous grab, but he recognized it. Still struggling, though. Still struggling. They're close.
And he's been able to bat them all away. He's been able to clear out a nice little space. And picks up a little bit late in picking up the nuke, but he's out in a 314. JPop out in like 309. So 5-second lead.
Like a 4 to 5 seconds. And Burgundy, I believe you could product place this if you want.
Oh, Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell.
Had that for lunch yesterday.
Master, I was going to say Master Rockets. What are you doing here? Dang, that didn't work.
Probably eating Johnny Rockets. Spreader for Aries, but JPop drops the orb.
JPop dies. Aries drops the orb, but does use a spreader to kill both gunners. So slight advantage Aries at the moment. Picks up rockets as he dies. That's a shame. As he was dying, the rockets spawned on him. That is frame imperfect to happen. That is awful.
Meanwhile, those rockets transferred over to JPop. And
orb on the feet.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and Aries dies getting a razor shield. Oh no.
And now spreader for JPop. He is just cleaning up the room.
Ooh, tank haircut there on JPop. Quick shot at JPop, evaded it there. But again, it's going to be JPop in first at a 430. Rockets here for Aries, trying to finish it out. Tank! Oh, that was close too, Gentle. Gentle people. Saved it.
Gentle on my mind.
Ooh, rockets to start here. Very nice, Sigma.
Yep. Takes out a few gunners. He's going to try to... And he gets Ballbuster. That's the first time we've seen that today.
The
42% of a form of damage done by that Ballbuster.
And you put the orb into the base of Mutoid's neck for the easiest spot to get it. The ball doesn't fly out, that means you got the damage. It's a glitch, and we don't quite understand why it happens. It just takes junk information, deals the damage.
JPop now has a 2-form lead, gets run over though, so a little bit of a time loss. He's gonna just bury those grenades inside.
Spreader, he got a spreader there, but he couldn't die. Gets an invulnerability! What a drop!
Oh, game.
Oh boy. Head gets popped. He runs out of spreader juice.
Gets run over, but does get the nades. What's the next drop?
What is it?
It's nothing. Meanwhile, Aries really playing in tight here as the invulnerability runs out, gets a spreader, dies going for it. He
I
might
don't
get
know.
it. He might get it. It's going to be close.
Final
No.
form for J-Pop. Final form, he's just going to lay in the spreaders. It's going to take a Ladab level of sabotage in order for this to swing.
This lobber should finish it with accurate fire.
Yep. And we have a massive upset, ladies and gentlemen. J-Pop, the newest member of the Sub-6 Club, the 22nd seed, has upset the 11th seed 3-0.
And JPop4Life will be awaiting the winner of RNGesus and Akarasi. The one match that's still not scheduled. And if it's not scheduled by tomorrow, there's going to be some pretty pointed messages sent to our good friends who have not scheduled yet. So
You can always go the pro wrestling route and just give the winner of this a bye if they don't set up the match.
Well, could always do that, I suppose. But for now, I will give them a chance here because we still have our latest match in this round will be Wednesday. We have some more matches potentially coming up this week. I will be dealing with that on Monday morning when I wake up, getting everything in line. We'll have announcements for you on that. For now, the only scheduled match going forward is going to be Dark Lord Gonzo and Firebroth on Wednesday. I can't remember the time off the top of my head.